Hey guys, it's Andrew from Team Blacktop YGO here today. I got my deck profile. This past Saturday I went to locals on Yu-Gi-Oh! Day, and I went undefeated in the local tournament, went 6-0. So I got my Shaddoll Dinosaur deck profile for you all, so I guess let's just get into it with the main deck first. So, of course, you gotta play 3 of all like the main dinos here. So you got 3 Oviraptor, 3 Miscellaneousaurus, and 3 of the UCT. There's no sense in playing any less than these, like 3 of each of these. This card is amazing. It's either a Rhoda or Foolish Burial, and having that in one card is really great. It's also Monster Reborn too, so that's pretty great. Seeing these 2 in your opening hand, Miscellaneousaurus and Oviraptor, this is probably like the best thing you can absolutely see. If you have a UCT, that also just adds to it. So really great cards there. And of course you play 3 UCT so you can see it. I do play Desires in this deck, so you do need multiple copies. Anyway, since this is a going second deck, I do have Pankratops. I only play 2, some people play 3, but it's searchable, and if you play 3 of it, like, it's terrible going first. So you want cards in this deck that are kind of good going first and second, but mostly second. So only 2 Pankratops there. The one Coatlas, you send this off of either Shaddoll Fusion or you send it with your Oviraptor. This searches your pill. Really great card. You only need 1 of it though, because usually before you try and use your Desires or whatever, you try to put this guy in grave and then get your pill. So, really great card. For your babies, play 2 Petite and 1 Baby Ceratosaurus. You need more than 1. Some people only play 1, but you need more than 1 because you do run Desires, and it does come up to where you like have to destroy multiple ones in your deck so you can get to your Oviraptors or your Miscellaneousaurus or sometimes Giant Rex too. But these guys are really great. Special summoning from deck is always really good. So those 3 there. I play a Kaiju. It's searchable, and it's really nice being able to just out anything your opponent has. So one of those. For a couple other one of those, Giant Rex and the Drac Eolo. I had a couple games where I had to Foolish Burial this, and like my opponent made me go first. I Foolish Burialed this, summoned like UCT using this and some other dinosaur. I got this back, and I was able to make like IP Masquerena, and so I had like a turn 2 play on my opponent's turn, which was really nice. And then this thing is a great extender. You either use this to make, like, going first you make the IP, or going second you make like Chambar or whatever relevant link monster you need to make. So really good there. You summon this with Miscellaneousaurus, so that's why it's pretty good. But yeah, that's it for the dinosaur part of the deck. Only 2 Shaddoll monsters, Beast and Dragon. This is for utility. Spell trap removal is always pretty good, and this is just to get a draw. So like if you summon like Construct or something, you can send both of these, and it has pretty good. It's pretty good that way. But typically you're summoning Winda or something like that. So only 2 Shaddoll monsters, and then the cards that make this deck really, really excellent in 2019 are these 2. So I mained Nibiru
in November 2019.
In November 2019, yeah. I mained Nibiru and Phantasme. These cards were excellent. I don't know if this deck would be very playable without them. They're really good.
Could you give some budget alternatives for Phantasme for our viewers who don't have $340 on
Yeah, I mean, there's really no good card to replace Phantasme with, but like I did play like Ash and DD Crow in my side deck, so you could just use those instead of these. But yeah, like just any sort of hand trap that you can put here really helps. But yeah, Nibiru is the real star of the show too. Just being able to like clear your opponent's board for free, because you're always going to out the token. Like you're always going to have UCT turn 2, always, pretty much. So yeah, these cards are amazing. This is what makes this deck really good in 2019. So those 6 right there. Now on to the spells. Of course, play 3 Fossil Dig, 3 Lost World, and 3 Shaddoll Fusion. I guess I'll show these off all at once. So this, of course, you have to play 3 of it. It's obvious. It's a Searcher. This card, this is a really good card in some different matchups. Against, like, Striker, it's decent. I played Mystic Mine, and it was funny. So I had one of these in hand. I activated it. He Dark Bribed it. I drew into another one. Activated that. He Solemn Judgment in me. He only had like 4K after that and no spell traps in his back row, so I killed him with like some dinosaurs. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, this card is there's a lot of versatility with this. If you like opened this and Oviraptor going first, you get like a turn 1 Logia or something pretty good like that. So not a bad card.
Also helps extend your combos.
Yes, right. And then Shaddoll Fusion is excellent going second. You open up one of these going second, and provided your opponent has a monster, special summon from the extra deck. We open up one of these going second, and you get a free Winda and a UCT, which is always really good. So yeah, those those right there.
Are those all the spells?
No, I got some more spells here. I actually forgot to transfer some of them over, but we got 2 pill. You only need 2. You have a searcher with Coatless, and then you'll draw these when it's convenient, or like I said with Coatless. But usually, like, I don't know, I find that most of the time I summon UCT the normal way. It's just kind of strange, but special summoning from deck is always really good, especially if it's for free. So there's that. And I forgot to put them in here, but I did play 2 Desires and a Foolish Burial. 2 Desires, because 3 seems like too much. You already have plenty of search and draw power, and then the Foolish Burial, like, it helps with versatility and stuff like that. So in total, 40 cards in the main deck. Sorry for forgetting the 2
Can I
cards
ask,
there. Yeah.
if it is a going second deck, were you ever tempted to play like the 3 Super Poly or?
So I had them in the side. They're very, like, it's local, so I don't know what I'm gonna face really. I mean, even like playing the Nibiru's and the Phantasmes is kind of a stretch, but like,
It's always nice to fix your hand.
yeah, because like, you know, it, like, locals could be anything, but I figured most decks are gonna be playing like something that, like, something has a link monster, so I knew Phantasme was gonna be good, and I needed some sort of blowout card, and so I found that with Nibiru. But yeah, yeah, it's Super Poly is a side card in this deck because, like, it's definitely less applicable to all matchups that you'll face. So anyway, on to the extra deck now. So I did make some changes for this video as compared to what I played. So I'll go over things in order. So starting with fusion monsters, I did play I played Shekanaga, El Shaddoll Shekanaga as well, which is the Earth El Shaddoll monster. But yeah, most of the time it was either Winder or Construct, nothing else. It's actually kind of funny. I hardly ever saw my Shaddoll engine the entire day, but yep. Going forward, this will be like what I'm playing as far as fusions are concerned.
So there's only like 4 Shaddoll cards in the main deck, right?
Yeah, well, the 3 fusion and then the 2 monsters descend with fusion. But yeah, Winder's really all you need, because like anything this guy can out, UCT can pretty much out. So that's how that works really. So yeah, that's the fusions there. I played 2 synchros during the day or during that tournament, but I only have 1 here. I played Chambara and I also played a Trishula. There's never an opportunity where you make Trishula in this deck or where you'd want to. Typically, anytime you can make Trishula, you want to do something else that's better. So Trishula is not necessary at all in this deck, just the Chambara. Yeah, this is a really good card going second. Like this card, and there's 2 other Link monsters that you make going second that are sort of dependent on what your opponent has and what you can do with your hand that you've got. So yeah, that's the Chambara there. Onto the XYZ monsters, I only play 3 of them. Logia, Dweller, and Tornado Dragon. I made this guy once against the Mystic Mind matchup, but I never had a real opportunity to make these 2 or really any of them. It doesn't really come up because typically, like, excuse me, if your opponent makes you go first, it's hard to make this, like I said, unless you open up with your Oviraptor plus your Lost World. It's hard to make any rank 4s for that matter. So you don't really go into these a whole lot, but if you can, I mean, of course, Dweller is a heck of a card, and yeah, they just help out. So just those 3 for XYZ monsters. Going forward, I guess I will say I'm going to play that rank 10 train Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, the one that inflicts 2k damage, because there were a couple times today during the tournament, or on Saturday during the tournament, in which I had 2 UCTs left at the end of, or at main phase 2, and I'm like, if I just could do like a little bit more damage, I would have the game, and so that's why that's going to be in there in the future. On to the Link monsters. These are honestly kind of like the most important part of the deck, even though you hardly ever go into them. But yeah, so here's some things for going first. So Almirage, Masquerena, and the Phoenix and the Unicorn. Basically, your best turn 1 play you can do, like if your opponent knows what you're playing, they're going to make you go first, because dinosaurs are pretty weak going first. So your basic turn 1 play is going to be like Masquerena with UCT and hopefully like another monster, but sometimes just Masquerena UCT. And then you can use Masquerena to go into Phoenix or this guy. But yeah, Almirage is great for if you have a baby in your hand, you need to get rid of it, you just Almirage. So those are pretty good because you need to have some dinos in grave at the end of the day, and that's what Almirage helps with. And then the other ones are these 3 right here: Penistag, Underclock Taker, and Soldier of Chaos. This one, I don't know. I kind of want to cut it because I never really had an opportunity where I wanted to make it, but I could definitely see where it would come up in some matchups, particularly against Striker. It's very hard for Striker to out this card, so I don't know. These two are very situational. These are probably the most important monsters in the extra deck. On Saturday, I did not play Pennistat because I didn't think I had one, but it turns out I did. So yeah, this card will definitely be a staple in the deck going forward. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, so 15 cards there, 40 cards in the main. On to the side deck real quick here. So we got 3 Ash, 3 DD Crow, 3 Twins, 3 Super Poly, and 3 Summon Limit. If my opponent made me go first, Summon Limit, of course, was the answer there. Also, if my opponent made me go first, I would side out Nibiru's for Ash Blossoms. And it just depends on the matchup. Like, of course, I'm not going to play Phantasmes and Nibiru's against Mystic Mind, so I put in, like, these. Yeah, it's just... And I also took out the Shaddoll engine during that matchup, too. But yeah, it's really just, like... This deck is very easy to side with, which is great. Because, like, there's always a clear answer as to what you need to put in. Like, if you're playing against Thunder, or Orcust even, you want to go Super Poly. If you're playing against back row, you know, Twisters, these guys. If your opponent makes you go first, you're always putting this in. Like, there's always something you can do. And that's what makes this deck really great. It's very easy to side for. It's, like, it's probably better. I mean, well, not better now, relatively, but it's just as good now as it was back when it came out in, like, 2017 or something like that, 2016. Yeah.
If you are siding 3 Super Poly and you have some stuff in the extra deck that you're not like sure if you want to keep in there, would you consider putting in more Super Poly targets or siding more Super Poly targets than just 1 Starving Venom?
Probably not. Like, I don't know. This deck has a fairly easy, like, salad matchup and stuff, and like, there's really I don't know. It's not like I would want to. It's not like I would want to put, like, I mean, I did kind of think about that, like putting in that one, like, the one requires 2 Link monsters, Flexor Chimera, I think that's what its name is. I thought about that, but, like, this thing just runs over like, the point of this deck is just to run over your opponent, whatever they got. It is harder, of course, with Link monsters because they can't be put in defense position, but yeah, really Starving Venom's the only one I want, or only one I really need, because, like, this deck does do some searching at the end of the day with Fossil Dig and other cards, so it's just there for convenience. Like, honestly, you probably don't even need this card in your deck. You probably put something else in, but, like, it's still a very, like, Super Poly is just a very good card, nonetheless.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Muller, for your Dino Shaddoll deck profile.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, peep the Lolly Field Center, by the way, in the mat. So.
You weeb. Alright. This is Team Blacktop signing off.